Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry. I have been trying to film this video for the last 3 hours, but my daughter was broken down, and I have been in and out of this house multiple times between getting her out of the heat to going back for the tow truck. But anyways, I finally have it ready, and I have two stocks that I really think have the potential to have either a massive hype run up or potentially even a short squeeze. So let's not waste any further time and get right into it. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy, I'm not telling you to hold, and I am not telling you to sell any of these stocks, but I think that they should definitely be on your watch list and you make the decision what you want to do with them. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, we are looking at the 1-year chart of Mara, and what I wanted to show you is that the high on this was $83.45, and that was back in November. And for anyone who was involved with that, which I was, it happened, pretty quickly. I mean, over a fairly short period of time, in my opinion. I would say over a couple months span. It wasn't a squeeze that happened all at once. It kind of just started trailing up. However, the action that I'm seeing tonight, and today and into tonight, leads me to believe that there is a potential that we could see a short squeeze, especially because the market conditions are so different. So not only do we have the price of Bitcoin going up, guys, but Mara has been heavily shorted along with all of the other crypto mining related stocks. So as you can see, it's had a pretty significant run because it was trading the other day at a low of about $5.28 maybe, somewhere around there. So I would say 5.28 was about as low as it got. And then we started seeing over the past week it slowly start to go up, guys. But I would feel that the most significant movement we've seen in that time frame has been today. And it's continuing to run into the after hours, which is very bullish. And what happened today was that this green line here, this is my 13 moving average. I'm trying to highlight it because it's very hard to point out. It's crossing above the 20-day moving average, as you can see. It's just like barely crossed above it today, which brought that big move in, guys. So the next goal is going to be for the 13 and the 20 to continue to curl up and pass over the 48-day moving average. Now, depending on how much we move tomorrow, it's so close now, guys, that it could technically even happen tomorrow or the following day. I wouldn't be surprised to see that if we continue to move the way we've been moving, because they're all so close together, which makes this a potential to be an even larger move to the upside. So keep your eye on Mara, and those are the next things we're looking for. Ultimately, our goal is going to be to cross above the 200 SMA, because a lot of traders have rules where they won't trade anything to the upside unless it's above the 200-day moving average. So just keep that in mind, because once we pass above that, it will create a lot more potential for people coming into this trade, because people usually have very strict rules that they do not like to break. Let's just look quickly at the 4-hour chart to show you. I also trade the 1348. I use it watching all three charts, guys. So using the 4-hour chart, you usually get a powerful move. The daily chart will give you the biggest move. And then the intraday 5-minute chart is awesome for day trading, guys. So anyways, we've made that cross a few days ago as well on the 4-hour chart. So that's in a good shape. The daily chart's in a good shape. And today, here's what we're looking at right now, guys. We made that 1348 crossover pretty early on this morning, around somewhere between 10 and 11 a.m. And we just kept riding up, guys, and we continue to go up. And as you can see in the after hours, we're currently at $13.42, I think. I can't see that up there, but we are significantly higher and continuing to move. I think it says 13.65, but actually it's bouncing. That's why I have a screen telling one thing and this saying another. Okay, guys, so just continue to keep an eye on Mara tomorrow morning, because if it continues, well, if Bitcoin continues to run the way I think it will, then tomorrow we should have an extension of this, and this could potentially lead to a squeeze, guys. So keep a close eye on it. At the very least, you could get a nice hype play out of it. All right, moving on to the next one, I want to take a look at Exela. Okay, guys, so Exela. I'm looking at the daily 5-minute chart first because I want to show you that it tried to get past 18 today. It actually did a triple top. We got 1, 2, 3 here. So 3 times it got rejected off of 18 cents. Unfortunately, I fell back down and continued back down all afternoon. But in the after hours, it's continuing back up, guys. And there has been a lot of volume recently on this play. So I think that you should keep it on your radar because there is a lot of potential here. And I do think that it is a potential squeeze candidate. Now, whether it ends up being a true squeeze like it's gotten previously, or whether it ends up being a hype play, that's yet to be known. But it's definitely something that we should all be having our eyes on. And I want to show you that on the 4-hour chart, we have not yet made that crossover. But it's getting very, very close, guys. So there is potential that we do make that cross tomorrow or later on in the week. And once we do, I think that we're going to see an even bigger movement, a more dramatic movement to the upside. Now, as you can see, actually, let's go to the yearly chart first. Okay. As you can see in the yearly chart, this was trading above $3 at one point. This candle right here, actually the high shows you $3. But I'm going to go back and show you something because I can't believe it's been that long, guys. It has had a couple of squeezes in the past. As you can see, there was one back here in March of 2021. And there was another one in July, interestingly enough, of 2021, guys. And you know why I say interestingly enough? Because we're currently in July, right? And look at what happened back in March. That's when it went and reached that peak of nearly $1, 94 and a half cents back in March. So when they say history repeats itself, the March before it had this massive squeeze where it went up to a high of $7.82, guys. This stock has been beat down hard for many, many months. I was involved in this. I was involved in this. I was involved in this. And now, guess what? I was involved in this. And now I'm back again to be involved in our next one. But as you can see, it was March and July. So my expectation is that just like it happened with these guys prior to them squeezing, that 13 came up, crossed above the 48, got its run, dipped back below, and continued on back up for a big shoot. And look at when it dipped below, it was like literally the next day that it shot back up. So keep an eye on this because I truly believe, guys, that another big play could come in Exela. It has a lot of eyes on it lately. It has had an insane amount of dark pool trading, which we're going to take a look at for both of these stocks next. But I just wanted to show you that because it's very accurate when they say that things go in patterns and that history repeats itself. And if it does the same, it was March and July. And again, it was March and now we're in July. So let's see if we can make it happen. And look at that volume, guys. The volume that Exela has been getting is higher than it was even here or here. That tells you something. And you know what it tells me even more that frustrates me is that this stock is beyond manipulated. When I show you the amount of shares that have been traded, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. So okay, guys, I'm going to start with Mara. Mara has 29.96% short interest and 1.62 days to cover. Currently today, 45.43% of shares were traded in the dark pool. And as of 13 minutes ago, there were only 800 shares available to short And the current rate to short it is only 22.06%. So it has a low cost to borrow rate, guys. But as you can see, the average dark pool volume, actually, that's interesting because here it says that the short exempt volume is 57.39% of shares were traded in the dark pool. And as you can see, on average, it's been between 45 and 65%, guys, for the last few days. And just so you can see here, this is what we're going into with all the FTDs come due on Mara, guys. So that's why we're probably starting to see this spike, and I expect this to continue because, as you can see, they just kept getting higher. And let's see. So in June, currently the 18th, so we're on the 13th. Yeah. So as you can see, 463,407, 639,535. Then it starts getting a little bit lower again, then coming back up. So we should have another good run at it tomorrow, guys. All right. And let's take a look at what we have for Exela. Okay, so on Exela, according to Fintel, the short interest is 12.71%. And guys, the off-exchange volume was 276,236,087 shares, which was 51.83% in the dark pool. Currently, there is 10 million shares available to short. And the interest rate cost to borrow, the latest was 18.11%. So as you can see, it's going up because the low was 11.69, guys. And interestingly enough, though, there is not a whole lot of short exempts on here, failed to delivers. So, that kind of makes me wonder. But we're having massive amounts of volume, guys. So I think that it's going to continue to trend in that direction, but we shall see over the next few days what happens. But I expect to see that this trend continues because it is getting a lot of interest. And if that was the off-exchange volume and it was about half, then that means that over 500 million shares were traded today. That's absolutely crazy, guys. And with this low of a short interest and that amount of volume, technically it says it would only take 0.16 days to cover, but I think there's something more going on that meets the eye with this ticker, as you can see from the chart. So anyways, those are the two that I have for you. I hope that you all have a great night. Thank you for watching.